Not all at once.
Hey guys, welcome to GamerCade Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Gillett.
What the hell was that?
We're just laughing. I'm along with Julia Gieber, and she's laughing. And
That's me.
the bearded, the bearded caveman, Dallas Ruis.
Hey,
But,
you need
we're
any
actually-
trees chopping down? Give me a call.
We're actually re-recording this. We had some issues, but this should be fun. So what have you guys been up to today? Since we already know what we were doing as of late.
Well, for me, watching a lot of Malcolm in the Middle and Street Fighter V. That's it.
Malcolm in the Middle. That's one show I actually need to go back and just watch.
Oh man, it's been a blast just getting to see like Bryan Cranston, just seeing how go through all that shit, just all his different steps and pretty much like multiple midlife crises. It's fucking hilarious.
It's a great show. I used to love that show. What was it? It was always on like the local stations going on like TV 62 and all that. Well,
Yeah, I
38
believe so.
the
Yeah.
spot.
yeah, now it's on 38 The Spot. What show isn't on 38 The Spot now? It's like all the old shows are on that channel.
Yeah.
If you don't live in Kansas City, then you have no idea what's going on. You're like, what? 38 what?
Probably.
I don't know what that is. Here it's 46 The Spot, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. 38. But yeah. You guys ever go out of town, like you're at a hotel room and then you see the news channel come on and you're like, what? Channel,
the hell is that?
Channel 3 News. What the fuck is that?
Fox 17.
Fox
What happened to
17?
Fox
What a
4?
weird ass number. Fox 17. Yeah.
Why is Cartoon Network on channel 1252?
It's not 58. Like
It's not 58.
Nickelodeon's 49.
49, yeah. I believe this episode we're going to be talking about Bioshock Collection. Gears of War, actually, some news popped up since we had the issues. Now we're recording now, but Gears of War 4 running at 60 frames, supposedly, setting the graphical standard for Xbox One, so that's pretty cool.
That is
You guys play any video games today? This great
Street Fighter.
Sunday.
I watched Modern Family.
We just
Nice. I didn't. I woke up late. I worked on the website a little bit last night.
Did that delay for you too? Because that was hilarious. I watched Modern Family. That's how I heard it.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good episode.
Yeah, I worked on a About Us page last night. I have our pages with the text under it with our names and then a brief description. And then
I was working on that logo last night.
Yeah. That's. I hope you figure out the edges and stuff. If you can, I mean, if you get it to wherever you can, that'd be nice. I'm sure everybody will like it. The way it looks is awesome, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's funny when Julie was checking out the website. Oh,
Checking
this
out
is
the web
awesome.
page. Yeah, she's freaking out.
I was squealing.
I'm so pumped.
Yeah. Were you gonna say something else, Dallas?
Yes, I was actually gonna. There's a few ideas I was wanting to run by Julia with the logo also, because I used to always like watching her do her like abstract art designs and stuff like that. And there's actually a spot in the logo that I left there just for her to actually
Ooh.
add on to. That
Nice.
could be something totally different. So I'll have to run that by you later.
Yeah.
Very,
so
very
over.
nice.
So it'll be pretty
Julia, did you ever get in, like, account-wise on Squarespace?
No.
Hashtag spons? No, not really.
No, I didn't.
You didn't get in? Well,
Did
then
you fix the amount of
I don't know if I can fix the amount. That's weird. It
Administrators?
told her it's like the max amount of people have been reached. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, what? So you might have, excuse me, use the main account.
Okay.
Just
that's fine.
sign in info. Should work
Yeah, just
fine.
send me that info and I'll get on there.
Awesome. I believe I put the Instagram account on the front page. Now you can see our Instagram feed constantly, and you can click left and right with the pictures pop up. I just did that
Cool.
for right now, shits and giggles. And
You
my
guys should
cat
help
wants
me
to
add to
jump
that.
on. Yeah, I will, for sure. A couple shower photos and some good stuff like that should work out. I'm kidding. Just kidding.
Really gonna get the ratings up.
Wow.
Daddy Gillette.
Oh, God, don't say that.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Yeah, I called your dad Daddy Gillette.
I remember that. I went back and listened to that episode when I was
You did?
uploading them. Yeah, I was listening to it the whole time. I was uploading the old episodes of GamerCade Podcast, and then I just told Daddy Gillette, I said hi. And she was like, no, don't tell him I said that.
Don't tell. Les would have got a kick out of that.
Yeah. Street Fighter V servers going good, Dallas? Are they maintaining stability?
They're maintaining what they can. Like every now and then they'll have a drop, but it usually don't last long. It lasts like 10 minutes and then it's back.
Okay.
So it's been pretty smooth.
Better than some
like
launches.
Online connectivity though, like the quality is pretty fucking good.
Fucking Angry Joe on YouTube had a rant about that game, about it being the bare bones and all that. He was going off. But let me tell you something. If you're a straight up fighting fan and you love video games, and it's just all about like being online and playing like ranked and all that, and that's what you're getting Street Fighter 4. It's competitive play. Then why the fuck are you gonna bitch about it? Don't buy it if you know it's gonna be that way. I mean, obviously everyone knew it was gonna be that way. I mean, don't rant about it. Come on.
I mean, it's funny that you like mentioned that too, because I was reading on Twitter I follow a lot of the like big people in like the FGC and stuff like that, and they're all talking about Street Fighter 5 right now because that's what everyone's playing.
Right.
They were asking a few of them like, how do you feel about there not being much content? Does it feel like you kind of got screwed over out of the game because it didn't release with a lot of content? People don't feel that way because of how like smooth the game is and how good the gameplay actually is and how solid all the characters are. Because every character in that game, I will give it to them, they actually are all fun. Before it was kind of hard to get into some of the characters because like half of the cast almost was like charge based. And
right.
For those you don't know, charge based, you have to hold back for at least like a second and a half to 2 seconds, and then release forward or down up, whatever, to be able to do a special move. When other characters can just roll it, like down forward or down back or whatever. But now, this game probably has like 2 or 3 characters that even have charge moves, and they made it to where it's really like way more accessible for everyone to play. So. It's really like hitting some really good marks with everybody, other than like the servers and shit. But other than that, it's great.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's good to hear. This is probably you're fine. This has probably been the only. I mean, I've been interested in Street Fighter before, but Street Fighter 5 has actually got me like pumped to play. I don't know what it is about Street Fighter 5. Maybe it's them like the way they advertise the game, more accessible. I'm not that great at fighting games, so you can say I'm a casual, obviously, but in fighting games, anyways. But I don't know. It's something about Street Fighter 5 that just like you gotta have that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah,
like every time like just looking at the gameplay, like when you're playing, it looks great, and then you get to like your character's win pose. Like Dawson, for instance, when he wins, he has like his mouth open and everything like that, and he's just like, yeah, but or I guess in his case, yoga. But just looking at his face, like you can see like his gums, his teeth, like every strand of hair in his beard, everything. It looks fucking crazy. It's just like wow.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Street Fighter 5.
Yeah. It's crazy what Capcom's doing for that, and it's only going to get better because from what I was reading, they're going to actually add they're going to change the servers to the GGPO, which is Good Game Peace Out, is what it stands for. But that's like the best fighting game server that you can pretty much get.
That's sick.
And that's what they're doing with Mortal Kombat X. They're changing their servers. That's why they have that beta going on. They're changing it to GGPO, and that's what I believe KI uses too. So
right.
It's going to be awesome. It's only going to get better from here.
Yeah, KI and Street Fighter promising, or they are promising, obviously. KI Season 3 looks promising.
Yes, it does.
So, a question I had for both of you was, Far Cry Primal comes out Tuesday. Anybody interested in that? I'm actually lost all hype for that game. I don't know what it is.
I just saw a commercial. Looked really cool.
Here. It does look good.
I want to play it, but it kind of died down for me too.
I want to play it, but I don't want to buy it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Like I want to rent it. But for like a couple
I'm more like going for PVZ when it drops. That's what I'm like. Come out in the same day, so I'm more for PVZ.
Right. Yeah, and this Far Cry is all about playing with your, single player. I was gonna say playing with yourself. That wouldn't sound good. But
that kind of hurt like a lot of it for me too. Is like I was actually hoping it would be somewhat co-op or something like 4 was and stuff. So.
Don't get me wrong. I love single player, but it's just I don't know. Maybe I'm burnt out on Far Cry for a little while. That could be it. Yeah.
I didn't even play 4. I skipped 4.
I didn't play 4 either.
If you played 3, then you're good because 4 was story was crap. The world is pretty much the same. I mean, that's my opinion, but
I heard other than it just having co-op, that was pretty much like the only like thing it had over 3.
Yep.
I love 3 though. I had a lot of fun on 3.
3 was so much fun.
Yeah, 3 was great. And 4 was pretty much, it was limited on co-op anyways. You can only play like so much with a friend, that was it. So
that sucks.
Yeah. It was pretty much bare bones co-op. Like, why not have the entire story co-op? That would be a blast.
I don't know, like, speaking of co-op, I know a lot of people, like, complain, like, nowadays there's not enough, like, couch co-op games where you can play with someone in front of you, like, just sitting, like, someone come over, like, hey, let's play this game, let's split screen this, whoa. I think, like, games that even just have co-op, they should give people, like, multiple options to where you can either couch co-op or you can play with a friend online. Because, like, there's a lot of games, like, especially, like the Lego games, for instance, like Lego Marvel Avengers and stuff like that. Those games are co-op, but only couch co-op.
That's true.
And I'm just like, why? Like, what's holding you back from doing online? I mean, is it that big of a deal?
Maybe
they
they're
don't
trying
want to pay
to
for the
make
servers.
families get together.
I could see that's why they would do it. Yeah, that
Vice
makes
versa.
sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just seems like everything's more like everyone nowadays in the gaming industry, they have, especially like since how big online blew up since when we used to play back in the day, like when Xbox Live first started and PlayStation 2 had online for like SOCOM and stuff like that. I mean, we've come a long way, and it's like really accessible now to where you shouldn't, like, you know, not have that option. There should always be an option to have like co-op go multiple ways and just couch or vice versa being online.
It's like now games are more bare bones, and there's like there's a few options: single player, and then online, and then options or something is there. Back in the day, it was like LAN party, online multiplayer, local multiplayer. Then you got your options and all that stuff, and then not only that, but there was all the maps and everything were there too. There was no online pass, none of that.
Yeah.
I mean, Minecraft kind of holds true to that because you can do couch co-op, you can do online. Of course, you have to pay for the DLCs, but they're usually worth it.
Yeah, and then you can
I'm
experience
for the texture packs. The texture packs are really cool to me. They're worth it. I'll pay $1.
And they're not like they're expensive either. Exactly. Yeah, they're
the
cheap.
most is $3.
And
You
it's
get
really worth it.
characters and the texture pack. I don't know. I really like. I think more games should follow Minecraft. I don't know.
For sure. Yep.
I guess not their game.
I agree.
Borderlands is another game that has local co-op, and I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Borderlands is
Diablo.
fun.
Yeah.
Diablo's
Resident Evil
fun.
has always had local. I think 6 might have not. Since they changed it up, but
Resident Evil started
5
in
did.
5.
Yeah. So I mean, 5 was great. I mean, online. I think you could play
Gears of War.
local, right? I don't remember. Could be wrong.
Yeah, Gears.
Gears.
Resident Evil for me, I didn't like 5 that much. I think, like, to be honest, it got a lot of hate, but I love, still to this day, I still have my copy of Resident Evil Umbrella. It's not Umbrella Corps.
Operation Raccoon City.
Operation Raccoon City, yes.
That was a good game. I'm not gonna lie.
I love that game. I played that game all the way through like 4 or 5 times.
It's funny because I hear a lot of other shows bash it, and I'm just thinking to myself like, that
It's
game was
good.
not. That game was. It was the same guys that did SOCOM Confrontation on PS3, which wasn't a good game at all. It was not SOCOM, but I think that they redeemed themselves with that game. It actually sold well. So
it was great, man, because it's just like it even had a really decently fun multiplayer too.
yes,
And I liked it a lot.
that was a good multiplayer. It was cool because you're facing enemies and then you got zombies coming at you at the same time.
Exactly, yeah. And then
Be prepared.
we like playing the mode where we had to like you had to like pretty much survive through the whole round, and then at the end a chopper would come, and whatever team made it there.
Mm-hmm.
Like you had to pretty much fight for the chopper, get to the chopper, and get out of there.
I forgot all
pretty
about
cool.
that. And then like the single player was completely co-op as well, right?
Yeah, 4-player co-op. Yeah,
I played that by myself. Nobody else wanted to get it at the time, which saddens me. Then now I think back, like me and Garth always play co-op games, and so I was like, man, I should probably just get that. Maybe he would play with me. Once again,
shit, if you ever want to get it on 360, man, I'll play it.
Which I probably should. I'll play it through at one time. I'm sure I'd like to play through it again.
Yeah, that's amazing. I played, like I said, I went through it. I used the same character over and over, but because they used my favorite.
They need to bring that backwards compatible. Operation Raccoon City.
Yeah.
I did play that.
Did you?
It was, I rented it right when it came out. You know what? I rented it from Blockbuster.
Classic.
Oh, wow. When that was still around.
Right before they... Yeah.
Me and Dallas used to go over to Blockbuster and look at like some of the not budget games,
Did you go to one on Johnson Drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah, I kind of miss that. Now I'm gonna have to tell my child, like, man, we used to go and physically rent games. None of this like digital shit or 3-game file, none of that. Yeah. They don't bring it to you. You go to them.
We had to take. I don't remember what game it was. We had to take one back, but we went there and there was like a truck halfway through the window of Blockbuster.
Oh God, yes.
You know that? Yeah.
That was the end of Blockbuster. I was completely done then.
They're like, well, we're closed and everything. I was like, am I gonna get a late fee? It has to be here by midnight. I was so confused. I was like, what do I do? Fuck, I put in the Dropbox.
Speaking of Blockbuster, a buddy of mine, not gonna mention any names, but his friend was like, hey man, just let me take that game home. I'll return it because at the time you can return it to any Blockbuster. I was like, okay, as long as you return it on time. Here I am getting these fees from fucking Bank of America, like fucking Blockbuster. Oh well, it looks like they're gonna have to charge you full price and all this and that. And I'm like, what? Like the game was, I believe Saints Row 1, and then my account was fucked at Blockbuster for a long time. So.
Did they ban you?
No, I just couldn't. I ended up paying full price for it, but they took my membership away and stuff because I wasn't responding to any emails, wasn't responding to any calls or nothing from them. So they just ended up charging me full price and then like cut my account. So
that's what you get, Chris.
Hey, you know what? I was too nice. I should have not let someone borrow a rented game. That was a bad idea.
Yeah.
It was a bad idea.
I remember they started doing, like, eventually they started going into the no late fees and stuff like that, and that was bullshit. You don't get a late fee, but we will charge you full price for the game. That's pretty much how it went. I was like, that's fair.
It's like, okay, they're just going to pass on the late fees, and when it gets to a certain point, they're just going to charge you fucking $65. Oh, jeez.
Camera went down.
Just don't touch it.
Negative of having a phone. But
my laptop closed
remember,
on me.
My laptop closed. It was like instant face to ground.
Instant. You guys have any topics? Something?
Do you have any topics?
Yeah.
Actually, Garth had some for the pizza and PlayStation, but he was like, "Are we doing it tonight?" I was like, we got to record a GamerCade podcast because we're gonna do it tonight. But I was like, man, record this and PlayStation pizza. That's gonna be a lot of recording.
Busy people.
I was like, we'll just do it tomorrow or this week at least.
Yeah, I'll probably clear up my computer again just to make sure everything runs smooth, and I'll get everything set up so me and Julia can start the Xbox
awesome.
podcast and stuff like that.
There you guys go, GamerCade Nation. Xbox podcast coming your way.
Coming soon.
Garth is like, I gotta clean out my computer so we can do Google Hangout. So that was like, okay. Okay, cool. But he was like, yeah, one-on-one we can Skype, and I was like, we'll just use Google Hangout because it seems to work. So, but yeah, I've been wanting tonight. I'll probably get some Tomb Raider in. I've been wanting to really bad, and then that's with the website and having my hands full.
Oh, were we still gonna try play Gears or?
Oh yeah. I've been.
I
remember that was
Chris, can I just buy you Minecraft?
Here we go.
I have money to buy Minecraft if I want to tonight.
Yeah, if you want to.
But I can get.
Maybe he doesn't want to.
I can get
Minecraft is like you have to be in like a special mood for Minecraft sometimes.
I do, but Minecraft is great.
It is.
Maybe in drinking this Goose IPA might make it even funner.
I want to play.
I know. We all play down here with blocks. It's fun. We'll all play. But Deadlight: The Following looks great. You play Deadlight yet? Dying Light. I mean, it's a Deadlight.
Dying Light.
Deadlight is the other horror game. Dying Light. Have you played Dying Light, Julia?
No.
Oh my God, you're missing out.
Scared.
It's pretty good, but it gets a little dull.
You get OP
mainly just because you get OP as hell. Exactly.
But
you get really overpowered.
Ammo, it's
you get weapons constantly, ammo, upgrades for said weapons, and blueprints to upgrade them even more. You can get elemental stuff to it. It gets really ridiculous.
Grappling hook.
And then with the updated,
the update
just looks even more nuts.
Yeah, you get dune buggies, and you can like customize them like crazy parts, all engines, whatever colors, different gun attachments, you name it, different abilities.
And zombies run like fast as the cars do.
Yeah, they're just jumping on your dune buggy and you're like punching them and shit, so it's cool. Yeah, it looks fun. $20, it's not too bad. So Not too shabby.
Dying Light's only $20?
The following.
The DLC. Dying Light you can probably find pretty cheap right now. It's been out since, last year, January or so.
Yeah.
Amazon.com.
It's been out for a while.
Hashtag spons. I wish. We need to get some Amazon links going, so if the viewers go and purchase something from there, we could get something from there.
You get a free podcast, even though it's free anyway.
Hey, they can pay if they want it a few days early, eventually.
Hey, that could be. Hey, there's actually we'll talk about it later.
A lot of people do that. Yeah. We'll talk about it later.
We'll get together, talk business.
But we're together now.
Forever.
It's private.
Oh. Jilly's moving back to the dot, so we could
Yep.
You can't take the hood out the girl.
I know. Girl out the hood.
I'm gonna live just up the hill again.
Hey, where can we get those? I see people walking around with those Wyandotte shirts, like a Wyandotte on the back. It's like the circle.
Go to your local gas station. They're probably there.
Okay.
That's weird because I've looked everywhere. I know they had like a community thing a while back down by Emerson, and then people were buying them and shit. They look cool as shit.
Go to down here by me. There's a gas station. I think it's like Quick Stop or something like that down here.
Yeah.
I think they have like a bunch of shirts and stuff like that next to all their glassware.
They have glassware at the gas station?
Yeah, there's like a bunch of smoking accessories there.
For tobacco, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of that,
tobacco.
every Friday I cash my check on break and then go to this gas station, and they have all these pipes and stuff. And this guy walks in, he's looking at me, he's like, "This has to be illegal. You guys can't be selling this." I was like, "Oh God, this guy."
There's like a little sign there, and there's a little tiny fine print for tobacco use only.
Yeah.
Say the word bong, we're kicking you out.
I said bomb. Bomb.
I said ping pongs.
Ping pong.
Hey, you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Oh. She's like, she has to be on top of me all the time.
Podcasts all over.
You know what's sad? We have to get rid of the cats.
What?
Yeah, since the baby's
Why?
He's
still
alive.
at 9 months?
I know, not right away. I'm actually very sad. Yeah, we do.
Why?
Is the baby allergic?
I don't know.
Yeah, how do you know already?
There's different reasons, but there's all kinds of health stuff that can happen. There's all kinds of different things like that. But
people have been raising babies with cats for years.
Cat litter stuff?
True. Yeah, different things. But she's my baby. I always love
Where's
her.
my back scratcher? Oh, it's right here. Oh my God. I've been digging through this drawer to find this back scratcher, and it's right here in front of me.
Sorry guys, if you are listening, GamerCade Podcast is a little different today because it's a double the recording. So
yeah, are we gonna even talk about news?
We don't talk about news today.
If you're watching the video version of this, Julia's going to town with the back scratcher. You guys
don't have to wear a bra all day, okay? You don't understand.
How do you know?
Yeah. You guys want to check out the video version of GamerCade Podcast? This will be the first episode 32. Will be on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GamerCade1986.
What the hell is that?
It's a bear paw.
That's a bear paw.
Did you see her face? She's like,
I use it to scratch everything.
This is more of like a chill cast than it was like a recast.
Because
are we even doing video game news? Yeah, we'll probably do a little bit, just so people are listening for that. What are you doing? She's holding my hand. She doesn't want me to let her go.
Oh.
Don't let me go, Pa. Never.
Pa.
I'll kill you.
So I know this is a live video, and it's going to keep going, but this will be edited, whether you like it or not. I say we take a quick break, and we'll jump into like a bit of news and ramble on a little bit more.
Ramble on!
We still have that. I have to get to the question again, sadly. But not sadly, because I know Dylan's going to be listening to this. He actually hit me up today, and he said that he wants to help the community grow as much as possible. So
that's great.
That's very nice of him. He's going to listen to this he asked me today, hey man, you want to send me the link to the episode? And I was like, we're recording it tonight, which is actually the second recording of this, so apologize it's not up yet, but by the time you hear this, we'll have it read out. Our thoughts on digital versus physical again. I feel drained, mentally and physically. No, it's okay. We'll take a quick, short break, and then we'll be right back. I need another beer. Hey guys, welcome back to GamerCade Podcast, episode 32. I probably just blew your ears off. Welcome back. We're gonna jump into a little bit of video game news. This episode can't talk tonight. This episode is gonna be slightly different. We are going to cut a little short, probably. Like I said, we previously recorded all of this, so it's kind of like to run all back through. It's kind of more work than it is fun, but we're having a good time anyways.
Yeah, this is more of relaxed news.
Yeah,
we're just gonna chill,
relaxed, touching ourselves here and there, you know.
I like that.
That was good. Sound effects are nice. It'd be a little bit better touch. Yeah. Julia, you said Team Fortress 2 is having a beta for ranked multiplayer?
Yes, for competitive multiplayer, yes.
Competitive, yes. That's really cool. You know, it's crazy because that game's been out for so long. Now they're like, let's do ranked.
You can only get into the beta for that if you bought the game before June 23rd of 2011, I think.
Yeah. I believe that's what it was. So
yeah. I mean, you have to have had it for a while.
That's how it leaves us completely out then. Yeah, so
I'm 360, but I guess that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Everybody just bow your heads for a second. No, that does suck though. I think that would be fun to get into to that. That would be cool. I always liked it. It's fun. It sounds
was
cool.
The best.
And if that glitch in what is the fucking engine called that they use? Source engine. If the glitch never happened, like turn the colors inside out, we would never have that game.
Yeah.
The game upon a glitch. So that's cool.
The whole cel shaded look.
Yeah. In other news, oh come on, Gears of War 4 will be at 60 frames graphical for the Xbox One, according to studio head Rod Ferguson. So that's cool. I believe that what is it? Halo 5 is 60 FPS, right? 1080p.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if the graphics will be amazing, but if it runs at 1080p 60 frames, that's all I'm asking. Just give me a solid performing game, and then I'm good. So Rod Ferguson actually worked on BioShock Infinite and the Gears of War trilogy. Speaking of BioShock, a leak of the collection coming to PS3, Xbox 360, which is kind of funny. Hopefully we get it remastered, like we said yesterday. If not,
that would be nice.
That's fine. Just bring it. Yeah, just bring it to the next-gen consoles. Another round of achievements and trophies would be nice too, if we don't have them already. But anyways, Gears of War 4, 60 frames per second. Graphical showcase is cool because that's kind of what Killzone always done, and Gears of War always done for the Xbox 360 with the Unreal Engine 3. That game was always a masterpiece, a showcase of graphics anyways. And the game was always good, for me anyways, and you guys. Some people say, oh, it's lame, it's a bro shooter, it's not that great, whatever. And they say the same thing about Halo 5. I enjoy both games.
The most fun times I ever had were playing Gears of War.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of fun times playing that.
I've had fucking great times playing with you guys. You know, shits and giggles, talking shit on
one
another, having a good time. It's great.
Funny as shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a good time. The new studio they have, well, some of the old members, but they renamed it Coalition. What was it beforehand? They have that cog tag symbol.
Talking about the
is Epic?
Fly or
Oh,
Epic Games is the ones who started, yeah.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are doing it, yeah.
Yeah, and then Coalition is now, which they're going to constantly be working on Gears. But it's Coalition now. They have the little cog tags. I don't know. We'll see. They did the Ultimate Edition for the original Gears, and I haven't played it yet, but I've heard great things. We need to get. I need to get that anyways.
You do?
Yeah.
What is that?
I'll have to go and scoop it up too.
What is that noise? Is that the lag part on your part, Nels, from us?
No idea.
Oh, okay.
I didn't hear anything.
That's what I heard earlier.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like every now and then I'm like, maybe it's phone interference or something. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
That's cool. Moving along, I'm excited though. Gears of War 4. What they showed at E3 last year now, it wasn't quite as interesting. I thought it looked cool. It was really dark what they showed. Showed like a squad of two characters we don't really know anything about. Marcus Phoenix has to be in this game. What do you guys say?
It's not Gears of War without him.
I think it's possible they may replace Marcus, and it'll probably focus on a different team.
Right.
Just like Gears of War Judgment, Marcus isn't in that, so
yeah,
it's probably focused on someone else this time around.
That's true.
Which it doesn't really bother me that much. Marcus, I seem like he never really was a likable.
we lost Dallas.
Damn, Dallas will be back. No, but to keep talking. Yeah, to keep talking about it though, I believe that I don't know. I like Marcus. If it's like Killzone, Shadowfall was a game. They didn't even have that many characters in it.
I got kicked.
Yep, you're back.
Personally, I liked Marcus and Dom.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what I was gonna say before I got kicked. He didn't really have much of a character when Dom wasn't around. That was kind of like who they brought the best out of each other. But
yeah,
that's like I was telling Julia. Like Killzone Shadowfall came out, didn't have Rico or Sev in the game, and they're more the standout characters. Well, Sev was in 2 and 3 and not in the first one. Rico's been in all of them, but Rico is kind of like that Dom in Gears. He's always, I mean, in Gears they always got that potty mouth anyways, and Rico's like, motherfucker, you know, like, yeah, he's that kind of like badass sidekick you have, and Sev's kind of like that pretty boy badass. But in Gears you got the, you know, they're big, they're not afraid of anything. They're just like, fuck that, fuck this attitude. But I don't know. He still has a personality to him, and I enjoy Marcus.
Honestly, they should. They could focus on Coltrane and make a good game. I think.
Yeah, it seems like the two characters they're focused on. Well, at least in that little teaser they brought out, it wasn't anyone that looked familiar anyway. But I don't know. Like, it seems like they're doing some changes to the character models. They don't look as like big and like muscular or whatever you want to call it, thick as how the other ones did. They just looked like massively huge for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like some kind of secret squad, CIA type of group going in. I don't know. It's weird. It's just like two random. We don't know anything about these unless it was just some demo they showed off for Gears 4.
Yeah.
Random characters going in, like a side ops mission or something. Female and male. I have no idea, but it still looks interesting though. Hands down, I'm so excited whether I know much about the game or not.
Yeah.
It's very, very good.
I don't know. All I'm hoping for is they kind of step away from the whole, what was it that they dealt with in 3? The lambent? Is that what it was? Lambent? It's the
I haven't played 3.
The things that explode.
Yeah, the yellow, like, infected crap. Like, I kind of hope they step away from that and just kind of go back to, like, locusts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that it was necessarily annoying. It's just, I thought it was just kind of like a cheap way. They're like, oh, it's pretty much like a virus type of thing that's infecting everything.
The flood.
It's mutating. And I was like, yeah, pretty much exactly what it was the flood. I was just like, it's been done so many times, and it was just kind of a pain to look at for me.
And it's a shame.
But Gears of War 3, don't get me wrong, was a great game. I had a lot of fun with it. Best multiplayer.
Multiplayer.
Yeah. That's like when people compare Gears, and they're like, 2, really? 2? No, not 2. They're like, that game, no. And then they're just like 3 was where it's at. And then some people, you know, they'll say 2 is better. I mean, I haven't played 3, but I've heard nothing but good things about 3. And then I say 2 is my favorite just because I've played 2, 3, and now Judgment. Then people make fun of me. They're like, 2, really? I was like, well, I haven't played 3 yet. So.
My only gripe about 2 was the DLC they brought out, where you'd get to do this, like, pretty much side mission whenever they're going through the whole Locust thing, trying to find Dom's wife. Pretty much is what they're going down there for, and they had to cross these bridges or something like that. It's pretty much, you just have to cross like these, I think it was like 2 or 3 bridges, and you had 2 choices, 2 paths. You could either do it stealthy, because you were dressed as Theron guards, so you could just kind of like stay around, not let them see you and get through it, or you could just go guns blazing.
Which sounds weird. Stealth-wise.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. But as soon as you're done with those bridges, that DLC is over. I was like, okay, you paid $20 for DLC for this? I was like, well, that's kind of lame. It was really something they didn't even need to take out of the game. But then again, I can see why, because it was really pointless. It just showed how they got over there. That was it. And it just goes back to where you were in the game.
That would suck. How much was that in the season pass, or did you buy that separate?
I didn't buy the season pass for 2. I just, I believe, like, after a while, like, after Gears of War 3 came out, they finally brought out, I think it was on sale, something like that, for like $5, so I just bought it just to have it. I was always curious about like what happened on that DLC because I never knew anything about it, and then I finally got to play it, and it was really, really short and disappointing. I
had 3 spoiled for me. That sucks.
Yeah, it's a good game though. It's worth playing through and seeing everything go down, whether it was spoiled or not. The DLC for that, because I had the season pass for that, I didn't get to play all of it. But like you get a return from General Rom.
Oh, really?
Well, not a return, but it goes back to showing like how pretty much how in Gears of War 3 you get introduced to some other characters. I believe one was like Dizzy and some others. You pretty much get to go with their squad and see what they went through, and they actually encountered Rom a few times and stuff like that. And you get to see how that all goes down. Some just more backstory on the cogs and everything. It's pretty cool.
That is neat. That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we don't have too much news other than like Gears of War. We talked about some Street Fighter early in the show and Team Fortress 2. But nothing too interesting this week. Nothing that's really like crazy. But we have an Xbox show coming up in the future for you guys, Xbox centric, and then PlayStation show about PlayStation stuff. So here we'll probably just talk about all kinds of like third-party stuff, random things here and there, most important stuff out of it all. But I always enjoyed doing the show with you guys, and it's been a blast.
Always.
We'll see something else. I cannot remember. What do you guys have? What is your guys' next game? Like, what is your? I know this year's actually starting to get heavy on video games. What is like that next game? You're just like, I have to have.
Oh, for me, it's gonna be PvZ 2. That's gonna be my next purchase anyway.
Yeah.
Comes out Monday night, Tuesday. So
yeah, it comes out
next purchase.
You getting it on digital?
Yes.
Nice.
Well, definitely digital.
Julia, you have any games coming up in the near future, or even any old games you plan on playing?
I'm gonna get Michonne's Telltale. And,
yes, that is a must.
God, I don't know. I really want to play Gears of War and Minecraft. That's like all I want to play.
She's like, can we just get the episode 32 over so we can play Gears right now?
Some games?
Yeah. I have a list on my GameFly thing, like on my queue. That's what I need to look at because I can't even remember like half the shit that's coming out.
I'm looking forward to Uncharted 4.
Yeah. That's actually very close, which is crazy.
When does that come out again?
It comes out in April, I believe. They moved it to April.
Oh, cool. My birthday month. That'll be cool.
That would be, and it's the ending, so I'm very sad.
I doubt it's going to be the end of Nathan Drake. I'm pretty sure they'll still make an Uncharted game, probably without him. Or at least follow someone else. I guarantee it. Uncharted's a really big series to where I think it could stand alone without Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
You just got to bring someone that's as adventurous and like comedic as he is, and you'll be fine.
True.
No problem.
There's this game that's actually really unknown. It got moved from last year from the Fallout 4 Tomb Raider release date, which is very smart. It's called Alkaline's Gun. It's a third-person stealth espionage Hitman-style game. It's kind of from a more unknown developer. Let me see if I can find the dev here. So if you guys, Maximum Games, actually. They've done a few games, Maximum Games. Looks really cool. Mirror's Edge is coming out soon, which I have that on my list, but I don't know. I've never been the biggest fan of Mirror's Edge. It's cool that they're doing this for the fans, though.
Yeah.
And obviously
too
the
fast-paced
Division.
for me.
Oh yeah, it's kind of crazy. The Division and Battleborn are coming up. I don't know about Battleborn really. I'm still on the fence of that. The Division will probably be the next game I hopefully play with you guys. I don't know, Julia, if you're getting the Division or not.
What are you getting it on?
Xbox One.
Oh yeah, I'll get it.
Oh, are you getting it on Xbox One? I figured you get on PlayStation to play with Garth.
That's I was kind of waiting to see.
Hold on, no offense to Garth, but just play with Garth in a game like that. I need more people. I need you in the Dark Zone. I need you I need all of you.
Yeah, I'll go pre-order it tomorrow.
Yeah, I have more friends on Xbox One now.
I'll have it.
Because I got rid of all of my friends because I don't need those guys. They're dicks. I had to change my ways, man. I could not make any new friends. I was telling Dallas about that, so yeah, I had to change my ways. Coming over to the Xbox family, hang out.
Oh.
Welcome.
Yeah,
we don't judge you for playing other consoles.
Yeah. Hey, we don't care if you play PlayStation.
It's all about the games over here.
It is.
Yeah.
It's all about the games everywhere.
Even though that's kind of Nintendo's saying, but still. Or I should not necessarily Nintendo, it's Reggie's saying.
Yeah, it's all about the games, guys. It's all about the games.
All about the games.
Yeah.
Glasses fall down. Deal with it.
Iwata is gone now, but it's all about the games. It's always been about the games.
All about the games.
Yeah.
I did see something while I was watching Walking Dead.
What's up? Spoiler alert or no?
No.
No, nothing to do with it.
That they are going to continue PT. But I guess it was like verified.
Don't toy with my emotions.
No, I'm serious.
It may not be exactly PT because there's
they're working on it. I mean, they're like it's not a joke. I don't think it's a joke.
No.
Is it Konami saying this?
No.
Okay, because I know. Are you talking about Kojima?
Kojima and Daryl Dixon.
You're talking about Norman Reedus. Yeah, well, the whole thing is Kojima's been doing a big, pretty much he's been going all around visiting Sony, different companies and stuff like that. He's trying to get a feel for what Sony has to offer. He wants a new IP that he's going to create. He wants it to be able to, like the universe to be expanded to where it can be explored through manga and anime and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. And, of course, he's been posting pictures with Del Toro. He even did a thing where at the DICE Awards they did a keynote together. And he's posted pictures with Norman Reedus, and they've been figuring out, they're just trying to talk about it. They're like, it may actually still be a possibility.
Yeah.
It's weird that they're actually getting together. I mean, I know that there's DICE Awards, but come on now. Why are you guys actually getting together and teasing everyone? You don't just do that unless you're, like, the ultimate fucking troll.
That Kojima is, though. He posts, like, he likes to toy with everybody, but he usually gives you what you want. So I would not be surprised.
Yeah, he even has a Twitter account that is actually got his little tag on it, so it's approved. But that account is for nothing but fucking with people. Like, people say that account's fake, but it's not.
He does it so much. It's not. It's him, because he posts, it's mainly him posting, like, a bunch of stuff that he buys like crazy. Like, he's just a bunch of different, like, old foreign films or, like, just all kinds of stuff. Soundtracks. Like, he's always talking about stuff on there. But there's also a statement that Del Toro gave to go with this, and he said that he's done making video games. He doesn't want nothing to do with it anymore. He's just going to stick with his movies. But he said he will do whatever Kojima wants. That is the only person he will work with when it comes to a game. He said, whatever Kojima wants, I'll fucking do. He even used a curse word and all. So I was like, Jesus, I'm looking forward to it, because I think those two together will make a really great game. And using Norman Reedus, he's a great actor and everything like that. He's great in Walking Dead, and he's great in Boondock Saints. I mean, he'll do good as a
we have to do that MAC address bullshit to play at least PT one more time.
Or at least I would like to. I was really disappointed seeing it in my backlog there, and I can't download it. That really sucks.
Yeah, it's sad. Julia, I know you were sitting over there talking, and then we all kind of when you mentioned PT, me and Dallas got really excited.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up.
I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah, I saw it.
Been wanting it.
Well, I was watching Walking Dead, so.
That's awesome.
I mean, one good thing that's come from it being technically canceled and everything, though, is it spawned a lot of, like, ideas in people's heads to where they started making their own versions of, like, games that are similar. Like Addison's Road, was that the name of it?
Mm-hmm. I can't wait for that game.
Looks amazing.
It's gonna bring in the moolah.
Oh yeah, that's
for sure.
But I don't know. There's another one too. I just can't remember what the hell the name of it was. It's more of like instead of like a ghost possession type thing or Silent Hill-esque, it was like a demon possessed the house or something like that.
Yeah, I guess Paranormal Activity is making a video game now.
They are.
God, that's pretty much what it looked like to me. But I like one thing that always I think it was the main thing that got me with PT. It wasn't that it was really good at throwing in the scare factor and just totally messing with your head and everything. Like, it was the graphics of the game, like the way they went about it. They really made the realism in the graphics was just intense. Like, I really felt like I was walking down this hallway when I was in that game.
The atmosphere in that game is insane. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's creepy.
The creaks in the floor from everything, the shadows. And there's also little tidbits of that game where if you don't look in a certain place, you're gonna miss something. So it gives you there's people are still finding things in that demo. It blows my mind.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like, games, like, a lot of people put a bunch of stuff in games, like Easter eggs and stuff like that. People won't even find years from now. Like, there's people still looking back at the very first Zombies map that came out in Black Ops or whatever, and they're still finding Easter eggs that they've never seen before, like today. It's crazy. It's just like, wow. Yeah. You figured they found it all already.
Awesome. Yeah.
So
they're so good.
Pretty crazy.
It is crazy. A game I recommend really quick, since you brought up zombies, was Zombie Army Trilogy. If you guys ever want to play that, I'll be willing to get that on 360, or I was at 360, Xbox One, and we should play that. That game is awesome.
I'd like to, but it's just, I don't like the fact that it's $50.
Is that the Sniper Elite?
No.
Yes, it's the zombie.
Is that what it is?
Zombie game from them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like Sniper Elite.
But it's zombies only, and it's co-op. It's fucking, that game is really long too.
Do you guys have Sniper Elite?
I have Sniper Elite 2 on Xbox 360, and then Sniper Elite 3 on PS4. But don't buy that game. That game is terrible. Sniper Elite 3.
Yeah, I got it for like $20.
We can beat it in like 5 hours or less.
It's really fun. I like it.
Oh, that's good, as long as you like it, you know. But for like me and Garth played co-op that game. It was over in a snap of a finger. The DLC was actually a lot more fun. So
I didn't buy the DLC.
Oh, so how'd you feel about the new Doom game coming out? Like, you see, they said that like the story is going to take anywhere from like 13 to 17 hours to go through.
That is awesome, because the Wolfenstein Machine Games, if they can do anything like they did in the single player, I'm excited. The trailer looks promising. Like, I like when he grabs the guy's head, and then you're like, okay, what's going on? He's all bleeding, and he takes his head and just smashes it into the button, and it opens the door. I was like, yes, that's cool. And then his legs get ripped off.
The alpha was fun, so
yeah, it was fun. I played.
It just took me back to like the old Quake days and stuff like that, like back on PC.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Something more fast-paced like that.
Since Bethesda came out and announced the Fallout DLC, what do you guys think is going to be something that they announce at E3? Because we haven't talked about this, actually. It's a good thing you bring that up. So, like, what are they announcing? What are they showing? Since we know what DLC is coming now. I mean, is it going to be another Quake from another studio, or is it going to be a new Evil Within? Because it's been like 3 years since
Evil
Within
Within would be interesting.
Yeah, that game has been out for a while, so they've had like a while to work on a new Evil Within.
And I doubted they'd do an Elder Scrolls, especially with online still getting some content. I mean, I would love a Skyrim port. I know they were making one before they started Fallout 4.
Yeah, they showed the images and stuff.
I would love to have Skyrim still, but I think I'd be happy even if they made that just backwards compatible. That'd be fine. But I don't know, man. I'd like to see another Evil Within or something along those lines.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
The way Doom looks, the way Wolfenstein looks, it just makes me think like, man, they did make another Quake, and they're going back. It reminds me of old school too. Like Wolfenstein was old school, had the old school feel to it. Doom is already looking that great, and the alpha was fun. So could they do a Quake game? That would be crazy if they could bring Quake back to the classic old school style. That was like one of the first FPSs of all time. So. Yeah,
I mean, it's been a while. I mean, we haven't seen a Quake since like what, the 360 launched, just about.
Yeah.
Quake 4.
And then I got that with the Quake 2 Special Edition disc, which I have not even touched yet. That looks to be awesome. Julia, are you farting over there?
I wish.
I'm constipated. I can't fart.
I would love to get another Unreal tournament announced, like an actual like legit like.
They have one
like Unreal Tournament 2004. That would be great.
Yeah. They announced one, but it's only coming to PC, which hurts me because I doubt my PC that I have now would never be able to run that game.
Yeah, I can't run Minecraft or anything like that on mine, so I don't I feel you there.
Right.
It's okay. We all have Xboxes.
It's okay. Eventually, you guys can go support us at patreon.com/GCN or GamerCade. And if you guys want to support us, throw us a couple dollars your way. You can buy a gaming PC.
Couple dollars?
That'd be cool though. Even if we got to the point where we had to share a gaming PC, just let's buy a big ass.
You had 1,000 listeners. That's $1 a person. That's $1,000. Think about it.
Can you guys please give me $1? I appreciate it. No, I'm kidding.
I need food.
We'll get that set up if you're willing to do that. We'll get that set up for the future.
My face may look fat. It's just the beard. Look.
Hey, you know what's funny? Is when I grow my beard out and it gets down to like the middle of my neck, and then I shave, Veronica's like, "You have a really weird chin." I was like, "I'm just gonna keep facial hair forever." So you just shut up. I have an ice cream cone shaped head. Okay.
Neck beard.
Yeah, my parents. I go see my parents in the summer, and my parents are like, "Hey, it's Amish Ed. Glad of you to join us."
I get called Ahmed and Abdullah and everything. I'm like, I'm sitting here wearing plaid, a beard, wearing a beanie, and you're gonna go terrorist first? I was like, I would go, give me an axe. I'm going chopping, I seriously want to, like, one of these days, just throw on the red flannel, go outside with an axe and start chopping at someone's tree and see if they say anything. Just like, that don't look out of place at all. He's just doing his job.
They're scared of you the entire time. You just walk up to the door and you're like, you pull out your hand, you're like, you need to pay me. I got you some firewood for the winter. Come on.
Pay me. But my house, what the fuck you pay me?
Do it.
Do it.
Do it, do it, do it.
Jumping into a band that has all the great qualities of Nick Cage. 1, explosions. 2, close-ups of my luscious hairline. 3, lots of blood. And 4, a lot of angry whispering.
That's good. Hey guys, welcome back to GamerCade Podcast. We're gonna get in topic of the week. We rambled on for a while about news and random topics for this episode. It's a little bit more free flow than usual, so hopefully you guys are enjoying it. His name is Dylan Tyler. 2 first names, still cool. He asking if we preferring digital or
Dude's physical. So nice they named him twice.
Yeah. And Julia said his game is GamerCade. Anyways,
you should have got it. You had to been there. You had to be there.
You had to be there. Physical, digital, or getting that code through your email, so you can just type that in, and obviously get it digital. Julia, physical or digital? What do you prefer? And slap on that lip gloss, Garrett.
My lips are chapped.
Oh,
I prefer. Okay, I like to have physical copies because I like looking at my disc and the book and the.
She looking at the round disc.
I was gonna say I know that ain't any time recent. I was like, what book? Books don't exist in games anymore.
Well,
it's a little sheet of paper.
Yeah, usually with a 48-hour code on it.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
I usually end up buying digital because it's more convenient, and a lot of the times I don't want to leave the apartment, so.
Which is understandable these days. You don't want to leave the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
To go buy a video game. That makes sense.
But I'm scared of digital taking over, so.
It is kind of scary. Music and movies have kind of done it already, in a sense.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the theater experience is also getting, it's not the same as it used to be.
No, it's not.
Sadly. And someday, who knows, we might be at home with a massive TV on our walls, not going to the theaters anymore. And
our walls are going to be the TV.
Exactly,
I mean, look at how HoloLens is getting. You can pretty much turn anywhere in your room or wherever you can see into a TV if you want.
We're all going to be wearing this device on our face, watching our movies.
In some type of slumber thing like this.
For me, I would say, like I told you guys before, exclusives for the older consoles, and that's never going to stop. Obviously, for like SNES, you can't go and buy digital unless you're playing ROMs, and I'd rather have the full on.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
ROMs aren't a bad way to go because you get like these unique versions of those games sometimes because people mod the hell out of them.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun to have both ways.
Unseen 64 and just had these levels for Sonic 2 that the developers were only able to play got released ROM-wise, so all the Sonic fans are rushing to play that. That's cool. I understand that,
That is
but
cool.
yeah, you can up-res the graphics and stuff on your older games and all that good stuff, but it's just something about having that old physical copy of maybe like Super Punch-Out or, that's just a reference. But to play old games like that, just slide it in your console and just be able to play right there. But moving into the future, I would say physical is not the way to go. I would say digital would be the way to go. You also get the game earlier depending on where you live. You can get it at midnight. You don't have to run to your GameStop, wait in that long-ass line, give your receipt.
If they're even doing a midnight release for most of these games, too.
Yeah, that's slowly stopping. And GameStop is, you can see them jumping into the publishing business. They're starting to get worried.
Yeah, they're getting a little desperate there.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would say digital for me in the future.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that a couple years ago.
Yeah, I could see why though. Like a couple years ago, well, let's say about 5 years ago, more. I mean, games actually were worth buying hard copies for because you actually got like booklets, little extras here and there. Yeah. Some of them came with like exclusive items for like like there's collector's editions. Like for me, I prefer digital just because like if I can buy a game and then share it with somebody through GameShare or something like that and save them the money for having to get it, why not? And plus that gives you someone else to play with. Physical copies most definitely like save for games that either I know I'm only going to play, like single player games, or exclusives like you said. And every now and then I'll come across like a collector's edition that I just want to have, so I'll buy that. But most definitely digital for me is the way.
Sounds
more
good.
Convenient.
Looks like we're all kind of around the board the same. But like I said, movies and TV have kind of already done the transition. And for games, yeah, it's scary because that's been our childhood. And we get immersed in those worlds, and it's not going to really be in our hands anymore. It's just going to be attached to an account that we can go to and just re-download those games. But is the only scary part I see is that service always going to be there? Like we're paying money, but are these companies really going to be that evil? Just like one day just snatch that away from us?
That would kind of suck, kind of like the whole PT thing. Like you have it in your backlog, but we're not going to let you download it anymore. So you either keep it on your hard drive or it's gone. But I mean, as the future's going, I could see it all becoming digital anyway, and they're just going to try and improve on storage is mainly what they're going to do. Like they have that little round, little clear disc that's like, I don't know, like this size, if not smaller, and it's supposed to have like, 300 and something terabytes or 600 some odd terabytes?
Yeah, I remember that.
I mean, that's crazy. I'm looking at that thing, I'm like, where the fuck is that? Where are you going to put that in your computer? I mean, where does that go?
Yep, upgrade your drive today.
But it's supposed to last for what do they say, like 3 point something million or billion years? Yeah, that's
some crazy number.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's nuts.
Well,
I mean, I think that's probably what the main focus for a lot of people is going to be, just upgrading storage in general, and then getting these consoles, if not these consoles, the next gen, pretty much probably a little bit better, have a lot better specs than what these are with like the 8 gig RAM cap on these and stuff like that. Give them, I don't know, like a 16 or a 20, just so they won't have to worry about, compressing these games and actually putting out all these like real high quality 1080 60 frames per second games. And I think with that, of course, everything will run a lot smoother and it'll be nicer as long as they keep like net codes and stuff like that being worked on and smoothed out. I think we'll be good.
Yeah, it's like the only thing that really bothers me is like slowly and surely the 360 and PS3 start to move away. Like it's becoming more and more irrelevant.
Yeah.
What about those services? I know PSN and Xbox Live are there, but what about those servers? They're going to be taken down. I know games, like multiplayer-wise, eventually all of them are going to go offline. But what about the digital games we buy? Are they going to be gone? Or are they going to like stick to their guns? Or are they just going to wait for this next generation to be more smart about it, like the PS5 or the Xbox 2, and they're just like, okay, now you can download every game that you possibly owned on our service, and you can play them, kind of like a Steam,
Well,
we'll see.
It kind of seems like they're already dipping into it with like backwards compatibility, and then PlayStation Now or whatever. They're kind of have their own ways of bringing back your older games. I mean, it's taken them a while, but just to figure it all out. But
I don't want to pay.
I think that's what it's going to end up going for.
As long as they're making money, they'll keep things going.
Oh yeah.
As long as people are still playing 360. I mean, eventually they'll have to cut the service off, but as long as they're making money from it, they're not going to.
That's true. Like Sony, Japan was like the main center for Sony, and they just now moved to America and California, right outside of San Francisco. So obviously, their focus is video games. They just rebranded themselves as well, but they're like, okay, wow, we're #1 in the U.S. again, and PlayStation is our biggest platform for Sony, even over movies and everything else. So their focus is video games right now, and obviously they're making money. They wouldn't have moved to the United States if that was the case. So like even Japan is getting out of the game when it comes to video games. It doesn't sell over there very well. They're all focused on their cell phone games and all that. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. If they keep making money, then I guess you're probably right though. We'll see all of our content available in front of us.
Yeah, I think it will, just because of how like much they're pushing like backwards compatibility to be a thing. And I mean, it's something people are always asking for, and they've already stated that if you bought a game digital or you have a hard copy of it and you bought DLC for it, you can download the DLC and everything. So I think it'll continue to be a thing for a while. I mean, they may not make 360 games or PS3 games anymore within the next 2 years or so. Because I remember they said there's going to be like, what, 3 to 5 years of life left for those?
Yeah.
Maybe. But I think it'll come to a point where it'll finally be like PlayStation 2 and stuff like that. You won't see those games in stores anymore. Like I still to this day see like every time I go to Walmart or something like that, I'll occasionally see like a PSP game like still in the like game rack somewhere. I'm like, really?
So, and they overpriced like crazy for some reason.
Oh yeah, $30 for that still? What? But I don't know. I don't think they'll stop supporting them. I think they'll just stop making the games for them consoles individually is all it is.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get to the point whether they like it or not. Like I know there's a lot of people that can't afford to make the jump yet to next gen, but whether they like it or not, those the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, no matter how dull you make the game look, like comparison-wise to the next gen, there's going to be just some games that aren't going to be able to make that transfer without ruining the game, and I think that's kind of like where Mortal Kombat kind of happened, where they kind of canceled their ports for the last-gen consoles and everything like that. It just wouldn't work.
No.
There's also a lot of people that don't care enough to upgrade. I mean, if they have it by now, they probably, well, of course there's money issues, but, I mean, they probably don't care. And
you're right, they don't care.
They're
making more money over on the next-gen consoles.
Yeah. I don't know. They could lose a lot of money by shutting everything down, and I don't know.
They could also be losing a lot of money, too. I guess it depends on how many people are downloading and uploading or whatever's going on over there. But that's like with the Vita. I honestly think that's my favorite handheld of all time. Not because it's a Sony platform or anything. It's just because it slowly became this indie platform that I enjoy. I don't play a lot of AAA games that they did have over there. Yeah, they have Uncharted, Killzone, Resistance, and all that stuff, but that's not why I go and I play over there. Obviously, when I tell you guys, I'm like, oh, I'm playing Hot Shots, I'm playing like Taco Master, I'm playing Tesla Grade, I'm playing all these other games that are more unknown. And it's like this perfect handheld indie station, and all of my games that I have, I don't own a physical game at all since I've had it for like the last 2 years. And it just turned 4 years old. And I've not owned a digital game, a physical game on there. It's just digital. But the Vita won't be around forever. Can it go for another 4 years? I doubt it.
I doubt it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's nice though. It's nice to have, I think.
Are they going to keep that service going? And not every game is physical, sadly. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. There is scariness to digital, like we all said, and we're all afraid of that future. But we'll see what happens.
Think about it this way. We were talking yesterday about like one of the news topics before we had to re-record this about cell phones graphics being upgraded enough to where they'd match the consoles. I think if they can get that technology down, devices such as the Nintendo DS, whatever version's out at the time, or the Vita, will actually strive a lot more, and that'll actually pretty much, I think it'll help them in the long run once they cross that gap. Because PlayStation Plus, you get so much crap every month. You get like 2 actual PS4 games, like 1 or 2 PS3 games, and then you get Vita games on top of that. I think as long as these developers that are making these like indie games and stuff like that are like specifically for like an arcade, they can make it cross-buy or something like that for the Vita or whatever they have going on at the time. I think it'll be something that'll be easier to preserve later on.
Yeah, that's kind of what they're doing now, is like a lot of cross-buy and cross-play stuff. Like, there's
it's a smart way to go, man.
Yeah, like Super Meat Boy, for instance. I can take my save and go over to my PS4 or take it with me on the go and play it if I'm going on vacation or something, or just going to work or whatever I'm doing, whatever I prefer, or a Shovel Knight or something of that matter. Yeah. But that could be even the case for Windows. Like, maybe someday we'll see where you're on your Xbox One in one room. I know you can stream, but that doesn't always work out for everyone. But maybe someday we'll see it to where you'll get a PC copy. For instance, like Tomb Raider is on. Sadly, it isn't on Steam. They're doing it for Windows Store, which I think honestly is a disaster, because you can't communicate with your friends or that community that over there like they do on Steam. So they would give you like a free digital code for your PC, and you can just swap your saves back and forth from your Xbox One to your PC or whatever, if your PC could run it, that is. But that would still be a cool cross-play, cross-buy kind of feature thing.
Yeah. No? I don't know, like Microsoft in general just needs to quit just keeping to themselves and just branch out a little bit. Get some cross-play shit going with either the PC or, like, I know PlayStation will never happen, but, I mean, at least do it for, like, PC. I mean, come on now. Yeah. PlayStation can do it, you guys can do it too. It's only it's not really about keeping your stuff exclusive to where, like, you'll be the only ones profiting from it. I mean, PC, Microsoft, come on now. You're going to be making money regardless. But, I don't know, it's just more of, like, getting more people access to your game, so you make more off of that in general. That way more people play it, more news gets out, it just gets to spread. Should be nothing but, positivity for your product.
It's like people complaining about the whole Quantum Break going to PC. They're just like...
Yeah, that's stupid.
They're like, oh, well, I don't understand it. It's just like, why did I buy an Xbox One? Well, yeah, you bought an Xbox One for the exclusives, but you got this $300 device in your room that can play these amazingly graphical games. Why are you complaining? Yeah, you're spending less money, but the game is going to be probably betterly optimized than on the Xbox One, because that's where it started development, and not on PC. Yep. And yeah, it might look a little prettier, but is it going to play as good? Probably not on the PC. You're still going to get those beautiful specs, but there's no reason to complain. It's going to make extra money, just like Street Fighter V is on PS4 and PC. It's going to make just as much money. And I wish it was on the Xbox One. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I understand it's a exclusive deal, but it's going to make good money on multiple platforms, so there's no reason to complain. But I know we're getting a little bit off topic, but it's still a digital versus physical thing, if it's exclusive or not.
It just branched out. That's all. Yeah.
So I think Dylan has our answer. We went on for a while, a little longer than I thought, but that's not a problem at all. We appreciate you, Dylan, for writing out your question and all that, and going through all that, and writing a couple paragraphs and whatnot. You did not have to do that. I knew it wasn't in the topic of the week section, but it's not a big deal. So you win yourself $20 cash. You chose Xbox Live. That's awesome. So he can get something over there of his choice. Maybe Minecraft, play with us, or do something of that matter.
Minecraft.
He's cool. He's very supportive of us, so I appreciate it. And hey, if you want to jump on the bandwagon, that does not bother me. So I'm more than happy you guys do that. This has been episode 32 of GamerCade Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Gillett. I'm along with...
me.
Are we supposed to announce ourselves? Just saying. We're going to be like, hey!
I was hoping you guys would answer at the same time. Julia Gieber and Dallas is here. Brett's not here. It's a little late. We had to record this. You'll start seeing Garth on Pizza and PlayStation, if that's going to be the final name. I don't know yet. There goes that crazy noise again. I hope that's not me turning into a Aqua Underground Waterman again. So, but yeah, you can find me on physical. When I say physical, on
on physical.
What am I even looking for
right now?
You can, physical and digital. I got stuck on that matter for a while. No, social media, you can find me or find us on the Twitter page at GamerCade1986. You can also go to our webpage. At the moment, we don't have our own domain, but it is gamercade.squarespace.com. Go over there. You can click on all of our podcast tabs, scroll down, find the GamerCade Podcast, which is active at the moment. PlayStation and Pizza coming soon, and Dashboard Update. We're not sure if those are going to be the final names, but that's where you can find our podcast and go and listen to us. That would help us out a lot. Also, you can go over to iTunes and give us a review. Any kind of review would help us move up, give us more momentum to make content and all that good stuff. It's always going to be free.
Nice we are.
Yeah, it's always going to be free, but eventually there will be a premium subscription, which would be nice with Patreon, but that's going to be later on down the road. We appreciate you guys listening. You can find me on a platform, which is PlayStation and Xbox. On PlayStation, I am XKillXONX on PSN. Xbox Live, Deadly Hellcast. That's for me. Oh, and Instagram, of course. GamerCade.
Oh,
you guys want to go over there? See what?
Everyone's making Instagrams now.
Yeah. It's hey, dude, it's the drug. All the cool kids are doing it these days.
Yeah. Gotta get in on it.
For sure. Julia, you're always on Instagram helping us out. Where can these lovely listeners and viewers now, if they're watching, find you?
I am on Xbox and PlayStation as Fairly Rad. I have my own Instagram. It's mama_Adele_Gato. You can look at pictures of my cat. On Facebook, I'm Julia Gieber. That's it for me.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, you guys can find me on Xbox and PlayStation at Yokozuna666, and you can find me on social media at Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at YokuHXE.
Beautiful. No, honestly though, just one last thing. This is our first video cast, so you guys want to go over to youtube.com/GamerCade1986. Sadly, GamerCade was taken, and it's not in use. Don't worry, I'll contact those son of the bitches. We'll get that. No, I think you guys are supporting us at GCN. We have a lot of content and stuff coming up in the near future. We're excited. This has been GamerCade Podcast, episode 32. Until next time.
Game on!
Oh, you did finger guns. I was
Oh, it's not over. Do it.
You have to make noises while you do it so you can see it.
That's all. See you guys next time.